ballpark.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is episode 34 of the Bronx and Nothing podcast. The New York Yankees have just swept the Kansas City Royals. Let me chill. It is just a Royals, so I don't want to get too happy. But a win is a win is a win is a win. And Kevin, I got one question for you. Are you ready?
For what?
Nah, that's like Rizz's new walkout song. Ready for it? Taylor Swift went 4 for 4 today. Are you a Swiftie?
I'm not even going to edit that out because that shit was like... I was just thinking about that right now that you say that because I was in my brother's house and I have 2 nieces and they love Taylor Swift as well. And I'm like, just like, oh, man, this is here to stay. And, hey, listen, if it works, if that's part of Rizzo's revival, I'm all for it.
You're a Swiftie then.
Now, I'm not a Swiftie. I'm saying that he can walk out to wherever song he wants, right? It might be that DJ might need to switch to Taylor Swift, even though he
switched. He switched. He switched.
He switches
back to speed it up.
Okay. See, so something's going on. But listen, I'm more excited about a sneaky hire that the Yankees did, which was bringing back my man, my favorite Yankee pitcher of all time, besides Mo, of course, Andy fucking Pettitte. So shout out to Andy Pettitte. He's back. He's as an advisor role. That just means that he's there to spread his knowledge, and this, that, and the third. And for those who love the analytics, and think that he's gonna bring a different approach to Matt Blake, I suggest you do a little bit of history of Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte was one of the guys actually who was asking for scouting reports, and Curry said that he would basically go and ask for the scouting report department for the lineup of the next day, or the players that they had, and see where did they like to hit the ball the most. If the person was a pull hitter, he would pepper the outside, and so he was into analytics way before it became a thing. So applaud that move by the Yankees, which is great, and it's nothing better than to end the weekend than with a sweep. So Mario, how was the vibes? I'm pretty sure everything was great back at the stadium.
Oh yeah, the vibes were interesting. Going into game 1, Kevin, I'll be honest with you, didn't know how the stadium was gonna feel, what the reactions were going to be. Obviously, Rizzo was still going through that terrible slump. Didn't really do much. Almost into a bad double play during the game. But all in all, man, the fans showed up, which makes a lot of people upset. But the fans did show up. And, no, it was a good series all in all. We can go through these games and recap them real quick, Kevin, and then, we'll talk about it. Let's go into game 1.
Game 1. And, Mario, if I were to tell you that out of the Yankees' first 7 games, they would only win 2, and Schmidt would have the 2 wins, would you believe me?
Yeah, because Clark Schmidt is him. Nah, Kevin, that's crazy to think about. He's the only starter to have 2 wins. Because Cole didn't get the win on Saturday.
I know, crazy.
Which stinks for him. I keep saying you jinxed him, Kevin. He should have 15 wins right now. I think it's just the Yankees offense. All right, let's get into game 1. Nice to see Franchi get us on the board in the bottom of the second with a solo shot. And then this second baseman for the Kansas City Royals, Massey, I believe I'm pronouncing his name right, with a 3-run shot in the 4th to give the Royals a 3-1 lead. And then the Yankees pretty much took over from there. Sweeney Murdy used to say, I listened to Sweeney Murdy, he says 3-run homers win ball games. He had a big 3-run bomb, McKinney in the 4th to give the Yankees a 4-3 lead. Then Gleyber Torres with an oppo shot in the 5th. Things got a little bit scary. The Yankees had a 5-3 lead. Massey went deep again.
Yes, sir.
5-4 Yankees. But in the 9th, Clay Holmes, a little shaky, but he gets the job done. Schmidt gets the win. Yankees win 5-4. He made one mistake on the day. Canley gave up the solo shot to Massey. But all in all, man, I'm happy with the play in that game. And Peraza played very well at second base. He had a couple highlight reel plays. So
yep,
I'm happy.
So did McKinney.
McKinney also, yes.
So, it's nice to see some offense, finally, from guys. I mean, McKinney's been there. Frenchie seemed to have a decent call-up this time around because I believe he was one of the only ones in Anaheim with any pop, besides Gleyber, of course. But, yeah, man, the Yankees won 5-4. Schmidt at it again. I was looking at his cutter use. It is much, much better. He's getting a lot more outs on it, a lot more strikeouts and swings and misses, which is huge because that pitch was not working for him at all, Mario, in the beginning of the year. And I was actually saying get rid of the pitch. But listen, man, this is why I'm not in that front office, and they are. So I'm out here from the outside in, right? Those guys know sometimes – they do know what they're talking about, and Clark Schmidt has looked a lot better. And I got to give it to him as part of one of the Yankees. Probably we can say the third. He's more consistent than Domingo. Let's be honest. He has been. He hasn't been shelled like Domingo has. Now Schmidt hasn't pitched a perfect game, but it's gonna be fun to see what the Yankees do. By this, Mario, like we'll talk about it when we get to Sevy starting, but it looks like one of those guys are going to have to go, and I think it's Sevy, but we'll talk about it when we get there. On to Game 2, which was a cold world.
Listen, on to Game 2, I don't want to recap it too much. Stan had a couple nice at-bats in his game. I mean, Cole got porched in the third and in the fifth.
Wait, we didn't move we forgot to move the wall back again? God
damn it. Yeah, I know. You know, a lot of people get upset. We don't move the wall back. When Cole's on the mound or anybody's on the mound.
Yes, sir.
When we're in the field. So, I mean, the only thing that I was kind of upset about, the pitch that he made in the fifth when he gave up the single, he tried to sneak a fastball by him. Mm-hmm. And that leadoff hitter, Garcia, the third baseman for them, you know, he hit that ball back up the middle. That was kind of a momentum killer there. But listen, we got vintage DJ. It was great to see. Even if they get to Kansas City, Kevin, I'll take it. Bottom of the seventh, get a solo shot. And then Stanton with a 2-run bomb in the eighth, give the Yankees a 5-2 lead. They never looked back. Yankees win 5-2, so back-to-back wins for the Yankees.
Shout out to NYY Recaps, who I noticed it with Stanton, but I didn't say anything. If you notice, Rizzo's doing it as well. They're more crouched slightly. Did you see that tweet? Where their back leg
Rizzo has his knees bent.
And so does Stanton. And you know Stanton was notorious for being up tall and staying up here. They made a slight adjustment. It seems to be working miracles for both of them. Listen, is it Casey? Remains to be seen. I do know Casey was working with Rizzo on high T and working on getting backspin. We saw that video with Casey talking with Paul O'Neill. So, again, these are little things that hitters know. Right, people who've been in the game, so it's nice to see that they're both back now. Rizzo in Game 3 definitely, but Stanton had a great series. Let's be honest, and it's a slight change like that. It works miracles, and I'm happy to see it. And I'm all for it. Now, Cole, I had Cole there in a little parlay with Stanton in a homer. I had DJ in a homer. I was hoping, yeah, I know, and I had him plus 9Ks. I had him, but listen, I was waiting for a home run from Salvador. They didn't come through. Now, what's crazy was I was so tempted to take Prado just because his odds were crazy, and he ended up homering in this game. So I know he didn't give me any money, but listen, besides that, Cole doing Cole things as well. His ERA stays at 2.78. Gives it to Peralta with 2/3. He gets it out. Canely comes back and homes another one. So the Yankees win, like you said, 5-2. They win a series, which is great, but now we said the Yankees have to sweep because they come a tough road ahead of us. And did they do that, Mario? Take us there with Sevy.
They did. And I wanted to mention, kind of piggybacking off you, Kevin, in Game 2. I asked this question on Twitter, and I probably should have known the answer. Wandy pitched Friday and Saturday. So did Canely. So did Holmes. So you know Boone's not going to any of them 3 days in a row. Correct. There's no chance with Boone. And I probably should have known that.
Even though Wandy only had 4 pitches.
But you know how it is. The guys still got to get up. They're warming up. You know what these pitchers are. They're creatures of habit. And I don't know. I doubt Boone would go to them. But listen, the Yankees gave Severino a lead early. Before we get in, to the game real quick, I tweeted this out. I was a little bit worried about it. Severino came out at, I believe it was 122. 121. The tweets got sent out at 122. Severino came out 14 minutes before the game was supposed to start. And usually pitchers come out 20 to 25 minutes before. Some people were making jokes. Hey, maybe I had to use the bathroom. And then some people were saying,
maybe he got traded.
PTSD. Maybe he got traded. It gives me PTS from, the series against Boston where he forgot what time the game started.
Oh my
the game
God.
started at 1:39. First pitch was at 1:39. but my ticket said it started at 135. I just thought that was a little bit interesting, but hey, he went 3 up, 3 down in the first.
Yes, sir.
He was all right in this outing, but I mean, listen, we'll take it. Got a roar there in the second inning. That was big. That was cool to see. But before the roar happened, the Yankees gave him some run support, and it was the guy that's been there for the Yankees while Aaron Judge has been out with the toe injury. Gleyber Torres with a 2-run shot. Nice to see Rizzo coming out to Taylor Swift. RBI double, 3-0 Yankees, and then Bader with a single on top of that. 4-0. Listen, Jordan Lyles, believe he was 1-11 coming into the start. He had 1 win on the year. And listen, you have to go into a sweep with the off day coming up, and you got Verlander looming there on Tuesday. And I hate to be that guy, but listen, I'm confident, but he's one of the guys that, like, when we face him, it's not the level of confidence that I have against other pitchers. I'm confident against whoever we face, but he's just a guy that's had our number for many years, Kevin, as you know.
And the way our offense has been looking, even with guys like Tyone and guys, and I forgot.
Domber.
Domber.
All these guys.
We didn't look great. So, I mean, bringing in Verlander, I mean, who knows? But listen, the Yankees did some adjustments. We can all see that. And listen, when the thing's going, it's going. Verlander is due for a bad start against us. Listen, it wasn't a ridiculous start against us. We were able to put some runs on him, granted, and work some pitch counts for him as well, thanks to Bowers and stuff like that. But let's see what the Yankees have in store for him. We'll talk about that. But I know Sevy, this was a little emotional for some because everybody was saying this is probably Sevy's last start as a Yankee.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Before we get into that real quick, Rizzo went deep. That was amazing to see Rizzo going deep. Peraza with 2 RBIs in this game. They gave him a single.
They fixed it after?
They gave him a single for that. Yeah, they gave.
Well, honestly, during the broadcast, because you're at the stadium, it's hard to. I think you never see that where it's an error and an error. It's 2 errors. So it has to be a hit and an error on the flip for him to get the extra base. So they ended up fixing it, which is what Paul O'Neill and Michael Kay said that should happen. And because, I mean, if you look at the replay, that ball took a weird hop. There's nothing you can do. That's not a real error. The error was on the flip. So that being said, as well with the Rizzo home run, they gave him the silent treatment. You didn't see that either. And
that was great. I saw that too.
But Skunk Mullet led the charge after he went like this to the camera. So that was cool to see. Listen, it's been so long, maybe the Yankees forgot how to celebrate with Rizz in a home run, right? I don't know. But
by the way, I wanted to say this too. I mean, JD looks like he's fine. I don't think he's hurt, but
me neither.
I don't want to be that guy. But like, and I'm a guy that some of I like to support all the Yankees. It's just, that's the fan that I am. I'm like, maybe he's not really hurt. I mean, I know he's a competitor.
You think he's gonna get mad for not being DFA'd instead of saying that you're injured and you ride out to the sunset? I mean, come on.
Listen, he's just spitting sunflowers. He's chewing gum.
You get to be in the dugout. You get to be in the dugout with the guys. I mean, chill. So listen, it's not a bad gig for him.
Yeah, that's a great life.
Wish
let's go.
Wish A-Rod got that treatment, but okay.
Yeah. It is what it is. You know that. Hey, speaking about A-Rod, there's a tweet that was going around. He's gonna get his number retired. I doubt it, but that's like another story for another time. Let's stick to game 3. I think we're getting off topic a little bit. Let's stick to game 3.
That's your fault.
Let's go on to Sevy start. No, that's not me. I'm an A-Rod guy. But Sevy gave up 2 homers, and the one he gave up to Salvi, I don't think it was that much of a bad pitch. Salvi just went with the pitch the other way.
Salvi.
Yeah. I mean, his offensive numbers haven't been great this year, but still got some pop in his bat. A veteran. So, whatever. Good for him. It was only a solo shot. And I believe it was in the 5th, that he gave up another homer. Massey again, the second baseman.
Massey getting his name out there, man. He's like, Massey's like, I hear you guys are trading for a second baseman. I mean, you're trading your second baseman. Maybe.
Yeah, but let's not do this right now, Kev. It was in the 6th. I apologize, not in the 5th inning, but Sevy still got the win. I feel like he tried to, kind of cheat. And people say it was Boone stealing outs. Kevin, do you think it was Boone stealing outs?
I mean, he
used at 94 pitches or so.
You said that he used a bunch of. I mean, it was Holmes, Wandy, so they weren't gonna go to them. Yeah, so it's like, let's try to steal some outs with Sevy. I get it. He wasn't pitching that bad. I mean, he was giving up some hits there, but listen.
98, and anybody can hit 98.
Listen, the Yankees were squeezing the last bit of Sevy they had left, right? This could be his last outing. So,
listen, I tweeted that out. Could be his last start ever at Yankee Stadium. I mean, he's lined up to pitch Sunday night against Baltimore. Nestor just had a rehab assignment today, which I didn't even think about that now. That's a little telling. You know, his rehab assignment came on the same day. Sevy, I mean, somebody's got to, get either sent down or traded.
I think Nestor has one more, maybe two more rehab starts, at least.
Two more rehab starts. And, the Yankees just call it Brito and Vasquez or whatever to start one of those games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting. Like I said, Sevy's next start is supposed to be in Baltimore. So we'll see what happens. Let's just get into this real quick, because this was the talk on Twitter a little bit. He's been getting hit around a lot of late. Gave up 2 homers, one to Fermin, one to Isabel in the 9th. Yankees won the game, but Loaisiga, he's looming. He should be coming back soon.
Yeah.
He was pitching live BP to Judge today. And people are saying maybe Ron gets sent down to AAA to fix a couple things. We'll see, though.
Honestly, I think Johnny coming back, that makes sense. Because, I mean, King still looks like King in some outings. Ron, I haven't really seen. Like, yeah, he has some outings where he's like, okay. But you don't see that kind of consistency of 2-3 outings. King, may have a bad outing here, but then he'll give you 2-3 good outings. And normally King will pitch 2 innings, too. So that's another thing. So he'll give you a little bit of length there. But on Ron, I agree. Johnny coming back, I think that's what happens, unless there's a trade, and maybe one of those guys get traded, which I doubt as well. Or you never know. You never know what people are asking right now, right? I think Sevy is getting traded, maybe in the Bellinger deal, which would make the most sense. People saying Bader. People saying trade Bader. I don't know how people think that still, knowing the spark that Bader is. Yes, I get it. Some people say that his at-bats are looking worse, but we got him for his glove, not for his bat. His bat is always a plus.
Pereira with 2 bombs today in AAA.
I was going to say that.
That's what gets people talking.
He is on fire right now. Pereira is, I mean, if there's something hotter than being on fire, I don't know what it is. You tell me, Mario, but that guy right now is seeing the ball.
Yep.
But we got Billy McKinney and Willie Calhoun coming back. I mean, Willie Calhoun and Greg Allen. So,
I mean, Greg Allen has to be like the one going down, I'm assuming. Right?
I think Billy has options, though.
Maybe Billy?
I don't see him. I don't see. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about for Willie Calhoun and Aaron Judge, because possibly Judge coming back Friday. I think the Yankees are targeting that.
Honestly, bro, which I hate, but I think it's Peraza. And I hate it.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
And I hate it because the kid, his glove looks phenomenal right now. But I don't know how many infielders we want. And as well, we got to see, too, because in this trade, I'm assuming the Yankees they're going to maybe move. I mean, people want IKF. He's shown to be very, very playing everywhere, a great role player. So maybe IKF is moved, right? And that opens up a spot. I just think that. Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Cashman has a lot of work to do. Chaparro's killing in AAA. They're not going to give Estevan Florial, an opportunity. So, I mean, Kevin, he's got some work to do in the trades. I forgot. I'm not sure who tweeted it out, but they're like, we haven't really gotten like any like rumors or anything like serious like out of the Yankees. So, I mean, hopefully it starts to heat up. Tomorrow's an off day. Shout out our guy Pete. We're always on game season with him. And he mentioned, he's like, listen, you can go out there and make a trade tomorrow. Like,
perfect timing.
There's already momentum. You got momentum. Give us a bat before we go face Justin Verlander. I quote tweeted him and I said that. Give us a bat. Give us something. Even though it's Kansas City, okay, you swept. All right, only can beat the opponent whoever's in front of you. The Yankees did that. Now they're going in. They face a guy who's still a good pitcher. Doesn't matter how old he is, and he pitches well against us. Usually, he did this year. Kevin, we were at the game.
Yep.
Get us a bat. That'd be great. We would love that.
Yes, sir.
But,
I mean, we love Bellinger. We need to solve left field. Now we can talk about it. We already mentioned Sevy's possible last start. I believe it is as well. Maybe one more before he's traded. That being said, the Gleyber situation, which is another, I know Gleyber's your favorite player. To me, he's one of the homegrown. I see him as a homegrown guy, even though he came from the Cubs. But I think at this point to trade Gleyber would be addition by what is it? Subtraction by addition by subtraction, something like that. I don't know how to say it. The saying goes, but we would lose a big bat in our lineup, which we cannot afford to lose right now, and I don't think we should. That being said, people mention Peraza this, Peraza that. I don't think Peraza is going to give you the offensive output that Gleyber is doing right now. Let's be honest.
Okay. This is very unbiased for me. This is just my opinion on the whole situation, right? So with Peraza, I'm a Peraza guy. I feel like he's a natural shortstop. I feel like we talked about this a million times. And Hal did say we see the future as those two up the middle. So I keep going back to that. You know, like, I want to be a little bit pessimistic. I don't want to be biased, even though I'm a Gleyber guy. Peraza's struggling, yeah. But he hasn't gotten, like, that much runaway like how Volpe's got, you know?
No.
So, like, give the kid some time. But unfortunately, the way some fans feel, it's like, Aaron Judge is in his prime. What do you mean give him time? Why would you trade away a bat, our second best bat right now, Kevin? Am I wrong?
No.
Take Gleyber toward our second best bat?
He was the only guy batting when we were all struggling too. So
that's what I'm saying. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
I just think it's a tough.
Gleyber's value is ever gonna be, Kevin.
And that's my thing. That's where you have to look at the business side of it, but also the team side of it. Because it's like, okay, let's say you trade him and you get Bellinger. I mean, what are you doing right there? You're trading more contact because they both have the same pop. They'll give you the same amount of home runs and the slugging, right? One's a lefty. You just Cody is a better hitter right now because he has a better batting average, right? That being said, and he's a lefty in Yankee Stadium. But that being said, you're trading one for the other. So now you have that situation in second. We don't know if Peraza can even equal to what Gleyber was doing, which will then, again, it's addition by subtraction. So so when you say that, I think, and I would like to see the Yankees, honestly, write it out with him at this point. See if there's maybe a possibility of re-signing him, depending on what trade comes out, right? Because Peraza may be dealt too. We don't know that.
I'll be honest with you, the Yankees keep stuff very close to them. You don't get many leaks from the Yankees. It's been said a million times. You do not get many leaks out of the Yankees camp. What's going on? I mean, some trades just come out of left field. No pun intended. But, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, and
there hasn't really been anything. There's been little rumors like Ken Rosenthal here and there going on. I think it's called foul territory.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, we were, by the way, Yankees 3-0 since I ranted. 3-0 since I ranted. And I had to get that out.
Yeah, can we highlight that 3-0 since you ranted?
We can, you know, I'll pat myself on the back. It is Kansas City, because so people were like, yo, chill, you can't be too happy. But listen, that's all the Yankees can do is just beat whoever's in front of them. But listen,
I mean, we could talk more trade stuff in another app or whenever it happens. But my main thing is we can all agree. You think Sevy's being dealt. I think so, too. I don't think it's the smartest idea to deal Gleyber. I just don't think it is, even though Peraza.
It's more of an off-season thing, I feel like.
I feel like you gotta go with what, if you're really trying to go for it this year and getting a rental in Cody Bellinger, your best option is to keep Gleyber in that lineup with Cody Bellinger. If you can still get Candelario, okay, or if you get Candelario and you trade away Gleyber, I mean, then it's a little different, but still, I would love to see all of them in there. You know, I mean, there's no reason why Peraza can't be what Oswald was, or IKF in the infield with DJ. You have them platooning whoever's off, right? So let's see. The Yankees have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of guys who are hitting in the minors, so it's not a bad problem to have. That being said, so the Yankees just have to decide what they're going to do. It's going to be fun because we got a lot of guys. You said it right. Pereira, Chaparro is on fire.
Listen, Kevin.
Austin Wells got called up, so.
Austin Wells is in AAA. Very
Exactly.
happy to see that. I'm hoping he can contribute next year. I don't think they bring him up this year. But with the Trevino injury, maybe the Yankees are looking into catching. And I wanted to say two things real quick. Ask you one and say something else. It is AAA pitching, Kevin. A lot of people, they feel like AAA is not the same as the big leagues. That's another thing. But listen, they're hitting where they're playing, so
how long
have to give credit.
How long do you keep him in there? If you go by that, Pereira was raking in AA.
That's what's tough.
And he has a higher batting average in AAA. So I mean, he however you slice it, these guys are doing. And I mean, and so how long they gotta sit in AAA as well. A lot of the guys that you see now, the younger dudes that are getting called up right away, they don't spend much in AAA. If their numbers are good in AA, they play a few games in AAA, and after that, they're up in the majors. And at the end of the day, the teams that are go look at how many young guys they have from their farm system. Go look at Baltimore. Go look at Atlanta. Go look at those guys. Go see how many guys they're calling up, man. They're not playing, man. That is what it is. You're ready? Come up. Let's see what you got.
Or depending on what team, they're like, listen, the Yankees aren't going to call this guy up, and they think it's a fair trade. The Yankees make a trade with them. We'll see. Haven't gotten much rumors. But I want to ask you this, Kevin. The Yankees just took 3 from Kansas City, swept them. We were really upset last episode, including myself. Both of us were upset. Buy, sell, or retool. I'm asking at the end of every episode, all the way up until obviously August 1st. Buy, sell, or retool.
At the beginning, when we talked about it, I thought that I just want to know what they're gonna do. Michael Kay went on saying, if you're giving up on this team now, then you're not a real Yankee fan. I don't think we gave up on the team, but the team doesn't give us any slight information or plan or actions to look in a certain direction. So this is why some fans get pissed off and they say either sell everything. Listen, I don't think you should sell everything. I mean, retooling at this moment with Judge in his prime, I don't think it makes sense. My decisions has always been depending on Judge. Judge took simulated. He took a live at bat with Johnny today. Did he look great on the videos? He didn't look great. He struck out, but he fouled off 3 pitches, I believe. So
5 or 6,
yeah. That being said, it all depends on Judge. If Judge is coming back in August, early August, by meaning like next week, the week after this one coming up, or maybe this weekend, then you buy. You do not waste any year from Judge that you have. It's just you can't do it, right? You want to retool in the offseason. That's just my point of view. If Judge is not coming back at this point, how far can you get there by retooling? Let's be honest. Are you going to beat the Atlanta Braves if you get there, or Houston,
or any team in the AL East,
or Texas? So
team in the AL East.
Exactly.
The AL East there's some dogs. All 4 teams have something. Watching the Boston game, they just got done taking 2 out of 3 from the team that were by the face, the Mets. I don't know, Kevin.
What do you think?
We'll see what happens. I mean, I agree. It just kind of depends on where they see Judge. I'll be real with you. I do not think he's close to 100%. I don't think, and he came out with the quote, he doesn't think he's going to be 100% for the rest of the season or something like that. I don't know. But just his name being in there, it helps. Guys around him. If you get a stand that's locked in and you get Rizzo doing what, I mean, he's not going to be
and Glaber.
Let's not go crazy.
And Glaber. And you add Cody. And you add Cody. And you have Judge, and you add Judge at 75%. That's huge.
We'll take it.
But again, that's my thing too. You just got to see where Judge is at. And no, we never really give up on the team. It's just really bad to see how the team was. Michael Kay here and there comes up kind of like trying to be a little, But let's be honest. You got called out on a home run call that you didn't seem too happy about either, because it seemed like you haven't called a home run in a long time, Michael Kay. So if I'm you, I as well should sit down and look at yourself and see. But I get his point to an extent, and I agree with you. We always go down with the ship. No, I'm not taking shots at Michael Kay. The hell no. I'm just saying. saying. Sometimes he goes on those rants where he likes to go against Yankee Twitter, and it's like we don't have.
They call him Yankee boy. I guess.
Yeah. No, I don't. We don't Like, there's not a vast majority of fans. Some who are level-headed, some who are more right than left. Everybody has their opinion. We get it. But let's not act like this team is not full of smoke and mirrors when it comes to injuries. We never know what's going on. Even the players at some point don't even know what position they're back. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in the Yankee organization, right? So for us as fans, it's tough to either make a decision, right? We say it all the time. We go down with the ship. I'm never going to give up. I don't like giving up a year, especially when you still are two games from the wild card spot. But my thing is this. I did say if we didn't sweep Kansas City, we have these next, 10 games coming up. Very, very tough. We were going to go there. Now we can possibly see the
next 12.
Yeah. Now we can possibly see, listen, the Yankees could take 2 from the Mets at home and go 5-0 going into Baltimore with maybe a new left fielder, and then maybe Judge back. So, listen, there's a lot that can happen. So, I'm not giving up. I just want to know what the hell our front office is doing and how well is Judge and how close is he. But we never get that answer. We never get it with anybody.
A lot of teams still feel like, I think Ken Rosedal, I read this tweet that a lot of teams do feel like, they're a couple games out. They don't know where they are right now. We're still, I want to say 9 days away.
Yeah.
From August 1st. So a lot can happen between now and then, Kev. But I think we're all wrapped up for today, Kev, right?
Yes, sir. We go on to off day. Enjoy the off day, everybody, Monday. And then on to the Mets back at the stadium. Verlander. And who's pitching? Is it Senga?
No. Quintana. So we better hit Quintana. But you know how Verlander, he gives us problems all the time. Verlander against Domingo Germán and Kevin. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know this might be bulletin board material or whatever. I truly feel like Domingo Germán loved these games and he's going to pitch well against the Mets. I hope that doesn't backfire. But
all I'm saying is when that man's on, you better be careful no matter what lineup is there.
Because he can go perfect. He can be perfect. Literally. And then you got, listen, these are 2 very interesting matchups. Verlander against Germán. And then on Wednesday, the guy who loves blowing kisses for the Yankees, his first start back since that incident, got a lot of Yankee fans fired up. Obviously, Rodon against Quintana. 2 southpaws going at it in the Bronx, off day after, and then we go to Baltimore to begin that gauntlet of a stretch.
I'm just going to say this.
No off days.
I'm just going to say this, like I said when Rodon blew his kiss. If you're a baseball guy, you know that he obviously didn't have his command. So his velocity is there. So when that man gets his command, and hopefully is Wednesday, watch out. Watch out. If he goes out and shoves against the Mets, nobody's going to give it. Everybody's going to be blowing kisses back at Carlos Rodon.
Yeah. Facts.
Just leave it at that.
Especially if we're going for the sweep and he shoves.
Ay, Dios mío.
The vibes are going to be very good heading into Baltimore, which is right now the first place team in the AL East. Okay. I want to put that out there. It took 3 out of 4 from Tampa in the Trop. And those kids, they don't care who you are. They go up, and they're ready to play. That team's ready to play. They got 2 dogs in the back of the bullpen. They already made a trade for Fujinami from the A's. So they're coming. And they got a lot of guys in their farm system that they can make a big splash. So I don't want to scare Yankee fans, but they're a good young team.
They are.
But, yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Got to make some more trades, though. Got to make trades.
Let's see.
Got to make trades. We can't go in with this team right now the way it is. Hopefully, Judge is back by then. Bauer's still raking. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But, Kev, you got anything else?
No, man. Let's go. Let's get these not-so-amazing Mets.
They might be selling. Maybe Verlander gets traded before Tuesday.
I know.
I doubt it. They want Steve Cohen wants to beat us at the stadium. He doesn't want to get swept at the stadium. I get it.
Let's see.
It's hard to win 2-game series, but man, it would feel great, Kevin. 5-game winning streak headed into that. What is it? What did I say? 10 games. 10 games against the AL. But we'll see what happens. All right, guys. We went a little long today, right, Kevin?
No, it's all right. Around 34, 35.
That's not bad. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. I posted the giveaway. Who won the giveaway? Congrats to him on winning the giveaway. Thank you guys for retweeting, subscribing, liking, all support. We appreciate it. Let's go Yankees. Try to sweep the series against the Mets. keep the good vibes rolling, and make trades.
Splash.
I want more to talk about. We need.
It's the summertime. Come on, Yanks, make that splash. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Thank you, guys.